To start this project, you're going to need 2 laundry baskets. If you can't find black laundry baskets, paint them, and I'll be using Rust-Oleum black spray paint for them. Next, you're going to need a skeleton, and we're going to take the other basket and place it on top. For this guy, what I've decided to use is hot glue. So I purchased some Halloween chain garland. So I'm gonna slide it onto a slat, and then I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. So for this next version, you're gonna need 2 dollar store trash cans and a skeleton from Dollar Tree. So I'm gonna take the strings and I'm going to thread them through the trash can. Next, I'm gonna make a little knot, and this will cause her to hang up straight. And I'm going to place the 2 trash cans on top of each other. I'll be using black paracord to adhere her together. Now, to hang her, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to loop it down through one of the holes and then work my way up through another hole. Here they are hanging in our yard, and I'm so thrilled with how they turned out. I hope this inspires you to make some spooky Halloween decor of your own.
For this project, I headed to Five Below and picked up this 3-foot skeleton for $7. Then I brought it home and began disassembling it. The skull and shoulders were attached with ball sockets, so I was able to pop them out easily. The rest of the bones were held with tiny screws, which I removed with a tiny screwdriver. I laid all the parts out, then spray painted the bones a navy blue color because I wanted the skeleton to look less scary and because I figured it would help it stand out more. Next, I crossed the 2 largest bones to make an X, then tied the end of some thin yarn thread around the 2 with a knot. Then I began wrapping the yarn around the bones in all directions until they no longer shifted and were completely secure. I made sure to leave enough thread to hang the skeleton, then I cut the end and weaved it into the wrapped yarn to finish securing it. After that, I used more yarn thread to hang the torso from the 2 bones. Then I fed the yarn through the holes on the shoulders on both sides to let it hang from the 2 crossed bones at the top. Next, I added some extra bones and feet on the opposite sides where I tied the torso to balance the weight out a bit. I simply threaded the yarn through the holes where the screws were, then tied a double knot. Lastly, I placed a yarn needle into the thread, then fed the thread through the hole in the top of the skull and down through the bottom. I then tied the skull in the torso by anchoring it over top of the ribs. I made sure it was fully secure before tying it off. Now it was time to decorate my patio for fall and Halloween. First, I started by adding some black and white buffalo check pillows to my outdoor chairs. Then I assembled this 24-inch stacking pumpkin set I got at the Dollar Tree. I placed this on my side table with a planter underneath for more stability. Then I added a white mum to my planter on the opposite side of my chairs. Next, I hung my cute lantern ghost, then the skeleton chandelier on some existing hooks. I also added some red florals to the skeleton to make it pop a bit. The last piece was my Halloween porch sign that I made using my Cricut. Now my patio is decorated for fall and Halloween, and I'm so happy with how the skeleton chandelier ties it all together.
I picked up these skeletal hands from Dollar Tree. So what I got to do is cut it right at the first knuckle there. Be very careful when you're using this knife. The plastic is pretty thin, so it comes off pretty good. Once you cut out that knuckle, the finger will bend right up. Just take some hot glue, put it in there, hold it in place for about 10 seconds, and it'll stay right there. I did this with every finger on 4 sets of hands. Some I pulled up higher than the others. I wanted some randomness. It looks good that way. Next, what I did was I grabbed one of these fairy lights from Dollar Tree. But what I need is the battery pack and the lights themselves, not the other items. So, first thing I'm going to do is pull that clip out, and I'm going to get rid of that. Then what I need to do is unscrew the light bulb, pull the fairy light out. This little battery pack just pops right out with your thumb. And all I need to do is get rid of that base there. And this is the light I need. This candle I also got from Dollar Tree. And I want to put the fairy lights inside. When they're glowing, you will see the lights through the plastic. This plastic is easy to cut. I just need a little bit of a square. Again, be careful. Go ahead and cut that square out on all 4 sides. It's easy to do as long as you've got a sharp knife. Then what you got to do is just go ahead and put the fairy lights inside. Just a little dab of hot glue on the side will be perfect. That will hold the battery pack in place. This, when we mount it with the battery pack, will go on the back end and you'll barely even see it. Now, just when I can't think I can get spooky enough, I grab a red crayon and a little lighter and let that drip all along the candle. I think you know what look I'm going for on this. And look at that. It even comes with some blood clots on there. These are the 4 candles I'm going to use. Only 1 crayon was used to make all this. Now with the board, for this project I wanted to use some old pallet wood. It has an old antique look to it and it's perfect for this Halloween project. I didn't want the nail holes to be lined up next to each other, so I offset them a little bit. Then I took some other scrap wood, put some glue on the back. I'm going to use some brad nails to put that together. This glue holds really good. Once I get the brad nails in, it's going to hold these boards together, and then I'll cut off the ends just to make them square. Next, it's time to paint it. I'm going to use a little bit of black paint. Now, I don't want this to be solid. I can just go random on it all over and anywhere, but I want to make sure I do get the sides. Then I'm going to add just a tiny bit of gray, and look at that. It's going to give it kind of an old antique look. I need to put some nails and screws through there. Those are going to hold the hands on. I'm going to drill 4 holes to pre-drill and allow the screws to go through. Now, before you freak out a little bit, these boards are sitting up off the table. I'm not putting holes in my table, so don't worry about that. Once I get these holes drilled, what I want to do is take the screws on the back end. Go ahead and tighten them by hand. Use a screwdriver, or you can use a cordless drill and put them in. Once the screw's sticking out, there's a little hole in the back of the hand. Just place that on the screw and start twisting. The threads of the screw will eventually pull down on the hand. Just keep going around in a circle, and once you get to the base of the wood, it's going to stop. You want to make sure all the hands are facing the same way. Go ahead and grab some of that hot glue again, put it right on top. That's going to make it secure. Last but not least, let's put a little Velcro on the bottom of that candle. One side on the candle, one side on the palm. That way we can remove the candle and change the batteries if they run out of power. We're going to go ahead and put these all on here. And I couldn't help myself, but I had a few fairy lights still left over. You'll see them lit up on the back. I also grabbed this little drape from Dollar Tree. It looks like a little spider web. Had to put it on top and get it draped on there. Back to the candles. What we want to do is get them on there and get them lit. Once the lights go low, look at that. It just glows in the dark. There's our skeleton hands holding up the candles with a little bit of blood dripping from them.